getting this StreamYard thing set up for the first time.
Oh, yeah, welcome aboard. The trick is do not sign off until it's finished uploading,
Okay.
because we could have delays and StreamYard does a good job of stopping the delays from happening, but it means that it has to catch up at the end. So, it'll say done. Um, just watch out for it, and make sure you tell everybody else you talk to about that.
Okay, for sure. For sure. So it looks like we're recording here and everything looks good. And let me just pull up my notes here. All right. If we could just start off by I like to call it the superhero origin story of who you are and where you came from. And then we can get more into what you do. So can we just start kind of like a quick bio about yourself?
Thought I was gonna be a clinical psychologist like my father. However, the siren song, shall we say, of advertising called, and I realized I could change millions of minds with simple words.
Mm.
So I jumped into copywriting and became a real ad nerd. But by the end of that time, I was really in a position to see marketing for what it really was, which is a hypocrisy maker. It's a storyteller. The clients want to tell whatever it is the market wants to hear, not who they really are, and build a relationship between the two. So after a breast cancer hackathon that I ran, I discovered the network of startups that were around me and overnight switched from a marketing mindset to a startup mindset.
Yeah.
And for me back then, I defined that as if I'm going to buy the album, give me the splits. Let me play with it. If I own it and it's a digital world, what does that mean? And back then, that was a decentralized idea, and there were a few startups that kind of explored it. None of them made it. But once the patent was granted, I started building out these different kinds of companies that would take advantage of the IP, the patent. And one of them's called well, they're all called marked, MRKD, but one's called marked art. Really comes down to a phrase I discovered from a scientist, a Spanish scientist that was studying social media called prosumerism. It's not being a consumer where there's a whole bunch of value add. Somebody make a whole bunch of people make something. There's 7,000 companies that made this iPhone. 7,000 value add every time. But then it gets to the consumer, you consume it, and that's the end of the line. And we have become conspicuous consumers where we define ourselves by the brand we surround ourselves with. I'm wearing Nikes, I'm wearing Allbirds, I've got my Apple on me. We define ourselves through those shared purposes.